Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. And no, I'm not in first person. And no, I'm not in spectator mode or any other mode of the sort. I totally did not just accidentally spoil that. I am actually just in your walls. See, because of this handy little mod. Oh, I'm in survival. That's inconvenient. Creative. Okay. So, due to this handy little mod I've been working on, that I really feel like I didn't introduce properly, but I will still hold myself as being clever for that intro, the fake blocks mod. Currently there are only 2 blocks, and one of them is not named properly. I thought I had... But, and disregarding that, so you would think, right? You would think, well, why are the blocks... Well, if it weren't for the intro, you'd think, well, why are the blocks fake? They look normal, right? They look perfectly normal. You can place stuff on them, they can burn, they can do anything of the sort. You can even break them, too. So why exactly would these blocks be fake? Well, let me just show y'all something. So, you may be wondering, well, how could these blocks be fake? They behave like normal blocks. Well, that's where you're wrong, right? Because they do not, in fact, behave like normal blocks. They do not have collision. They look like normal blocks. They act like normal blocks. You can break, place, and place stuff on them like normal blocks. But they are not normal blocks because you can pass cleanly through them. You know, because of that whole thing I was just talking about, because of that whole rambling right there, I just thought of naming them ghost blocks. Naming them ghost blocks would probably be actually a really good idea, and I'm an idiot for naming them fake blocks. But they're also good for traps instead of just hiding in places, instead of just hiding in people's walls. No matter how much you like hiding in people's walls, just pretend you're playing on a world with your friend. And they thought it was just a texture pack or something, right? They thought it was just a texture pack that prevents you from X-raying, forces you to enable it, and prevents you from X-raying. But little do they know. Little does your unsuspecting friend... I don't need to place it there. Little does your unsuspecting friend know that while you were pillaring over this ravine, you were secretly replacing the blocks behind you with ghost blocks. Or fake blocks, as they're currently called. So instead of him walking cleanly behind you, instead of him or her walking cleanly behind you, they fall to their death. I could also make a fake cobblestone. That'd be counterintuitive, though, I feel like. I mean, cobblestone is a good flooring block, I guess. So it really wouldn't, but like, you're not trying to hide in a wall and you just see like cobblestone. You're just like running along this like stone cliff face or something, like in some kind of manhunt or something, and you just see cobblestone on the wall. Like, I wonder where he could have gone. I really wonder. I'm gonna make this villager's entire house fake. I'm gonna make this villager's entire house made of ghost blocks. Absolutely brilliant. Prank of the century right here. Do you need some help with that? Can you just not move? Prank of the century. Replace your friend's entire house with ghost blocks. That'll be horrific. God, that would actually be, like, horrible to do. Your friend thinks they're safe, they AFK inside their base. And it'll just like, why are mobs spawning in my base? Why? They're not spawning, they're coming through the walls! POV, your friend when the zombies start coming through the walls. Ooh, fake grass would be absolutely horrendous. That would be absolutely horrendous is what it would be. But let's pretend you were filling a creeper hole, right? Or it's just like a random patch of stone for no particular reason. Since those do seem to exist quite a bit. Oh, why is there a random patch of stone? What could have happened here, huh? Did they fill a creeper hole? This is not shaped like a... Yeah, let's just pretend this is shaped like a creeper hole. Ah. Well, who knows? Seems walkable, right? Pretty... Wait, that's actually a really solid way to detect ghost blocks. You just crouch and see if you can walk on them, because it doesn't detect them as a block. It's like not being able to crouch off trapdoors and stuff. It's like, it's the same principle. Like you can't crouch over onto the ghost blocks. Well, if you're not crouching, death. And this makes for a good, like, secret room. Pretend you have this, like, little AFK room right here. Disregard the fact that it's made out of, here, let me just make it out of oak logs. Let me just do that. Pretend you have this little AFK shelter right here, right? Or, like, what everyone thinks is an AFK. What is that? Is that a lapis? That's, at this altitude? Is that is lapis. At this altitude? What are the odds of finding that, like, right next to the dirt? That is insane. That is actually insane. What? That cannot... Yeah, that's lapis. What on earth? Okay, I'm just gonna disregard that for the sake of the video. So you have a little AFK shelter, right? AFK shelter never did anyone any harm, right? But this is your friend's AFK shelter, and he's been using the creeper farm quite a bit more recently. And you know he's stockpiling TNT somewhere, but you don't know exactly where. But you know he's not keeping it on him, because you've killed him multiple times and he hasn't dropped any gunpowder or TNT or fireworks. So what is the only solution? He's hiding TNT. And where could he be hiding TNT? None other than his AFK shelter. But that's not the only use for these. They can be used in mob farms, as opposed to trapdoors. They can be used in mob farms. And also, you know, I could make some kind of item. A splash potion of ghost. Or like something of that sort. Splash potion of... Huh, let me think. Like, a splash potion of ghost would be the only. A splash potion of made in China. Splash potion of ghost. I guess that would work. It pretty much have the same effects as invisibility on mobs, but on blocks, if there's any block in its radius, it would turn it into a ghost block. For, like, obviously an infinite amount of time. I have no idea how I would do that, because I just don't know. I guess you could just, like, I guess I could just make some, like, oh, I guess I could just make, but that would be the most effective way to do it, because I wouldn't have to design loads of individual blocks. Oh, it could almost act like an enchantment to a block. That would actually work quite well. It would, like, act as an enchantment. So it's not a different type of item, but it, like, enchants it with, like, ghost, which gives it the status of being like you can not collide with it. Oh, once again, I have no idea how I would do that, but it would be a good idea. I really don't know, but oh, you want to cover up a cave, huh? You want to cover up a cave? Now, I'm not going to do this very well naturally, because I'm terrible at building, but pretend you just want to cover up a cave, right? I realize you can, like, build through yourself with this stuff. Pretend you just want to cover up a cave, right? You just think, hey, well, I don't want someone to know about something that's in this cave. I know my narration is absolutely terrible, and I'm so sorry for making y'all listen to my voice. I could just, like, AI narrate this, though. Would y'all rather that? I mean, pretend you want to cover up a cave, right? Pretend the bottom doesn't exist, and you're just seeing this random wall on this cave, right? It looks pretty normal, right? I mean, looks, I think, normal for the most part. Wait, that's fake too? Wait, how much of this stuff is fake? Okay. Looks fairly normal, right? Looks fairly not very odd. But oh, little do you know that this cave, there's actually a cave here. You would never know just looking at this. But no, there's a cave. I went below that, but there's a cave. You'd never know. And unless you tried to, like, shoot an arrow. Can I shoot arrows through this? Surely I can, right? I think I can. I really don't know how this behaves, because I just use block bench for the behaviors. Wait, not arrow. I need a bow. I legit just used a block bench for the behavior, so I have no idea how this thing actually works. I just did the no collision preset. Yeah, wait, did it stick inside the block? What on earth? Oh, that is so weird. No, oh, it didn't. Never mind. Wait. Okay, that's actually, like, horrendous, though. That is an atrocity, is what that is. We'll just pretend you have, like... Oh, no. That's an absolute atrocity. Pretend you have a dispenser. A dispenser is what you need. A dispenser. I'm probably never going to publish this mod anywhere, but just as a demo tutorial looking thing on YouTube, because I'm too lazy for all that. But can I just put a bow in here? Would that work? I don't think it would. Need an arrow, just like 6 stack of arrows. Just give me an arrow. Now, you'd never know. You'd never know there's anything up with this. Just a normal wall. Just, the door breaker. If y'all have been wondering about that. I'm not sure if I explained this earlier, but it's like, I intended it to break doors, but I don't know what is considered, like, the type of block. Or if doors have an actual, like, type. Which, now that I think about it, they probably do. Doors. Oh, I probably should have made it plural as opposed to singular. I put the type as door rather than doors. I'm not sure if that matters. It definitely does matter. But I'm not sure which I should use. But it's pretty much just an axe. But, like, with no durability. and it does like slightly more attack damage. Instead of 5, it does 7. If the regular iron axe did 6 damage, then I would have had a great opportunity for a joke right there, but sadly I'm not that lucky. sadly, sadly I'm not that lucky. But pretend. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Pretend you have. Bear with me here. Pretend. No. Okay. Okay. Pretend you have a button, an oak button, as opposed to a trapdoor. Because why would anyone ever need? I mean, not a trapdoor, a tripwire. Pretend you have an oak button as opposed to a tripwire. Because I frankly can't be bothered to set up a whole tripwire system. Your friend walks by, not suspecting that there's something here. That did nothing. I need to place it here. Not suspecting that anything's here, and gets absolutely smoked by an arrow. Of like instant damage, too, or something. Absolute death. I just noticed these things are horrendously inaccurate. But, it serves its purpose. I mean, it serves its purpose. And the concept is, like, fun. If this doesn't, oh, mineshaft. Wow. The addition of chains to Minecraft really brought together the mineshafts, I feel like. I feel like that really did bring the mineshafts together. Instead of having just, like, a floating path. Die. Oh god. Give me your potions. That did not sound like a witch. I don't know why, but that did not sound normal. Okay, I really am starting to not like this. Okay. Minecraft is a horror game. You cannot convince me that Minecraft is not a horror game. Where am I? I'm lost. I'm lost. Okay. Yeah, Minecraft is a horror game. Long story short, Minecraft is a horror game, and I cannot be convinced otherwise. What was that? What was that in the sky? There was something in the sky. There was absolutely just something in the sky. Okay, no, but I'm convinced I just saw something. I saw like a rectangular, like either it's just a line or it's rectangular, just a black figure up in the sky right here. And I know it wasn't just like a speck of dirt on my screen, some speck of crap on my monitor, because like it just wasn't. There's nothing shaped like what I saw on my screen, my monitor, whatever it's called, in the case of a laptop. I know that. Okay. Okay. I think that's enough for this video. Was it the clouds generating? There's nothing shaped like that in the clouds either. And there's nothing up here. And it's not raining. Is it just me, or does the like holding animation for holding this seem really shaky? The animation seems shaky. It might just be the item, I don't know. It's probably just the item. Oh, well, that's fun. That's incredible. Okay. Okay. That is like a smile. If it weren't for like this crap on top of here, that'd be a smile. Okay, I am genuinely concerned. That's practically a smile on its own. Okay, you know what? You know what? No, that's enough for this video. See y'all. Have a great whatever time you're watching this. have a great birthday if it's your birthday, and subscribe, and pray that I post again. See y'all.